have to go in and change that stuff when you go live. Because I'm using my phone right now. So I don't know if people get this feed and stuff, but I thought I would go live here and just say hello to everyone. Been away for a little bit. Obviously, things have been going on. Rob, what's going on, my friend? Appreciate you jumping on there. Always one of the first. Patrick, hello. How are you? Oh, this works. I can actually read that. Digger Jim, what's going on? Appreciate you joining. DJ Links, what's up, man? Robert, my good friend, out there in the middle of nowhere, doing nothing. Derek, what's up, man? Another good friend of mine. I got to meet quite a few of these people that are in the chat there, so except for Rob Boswell. What the hell? Hope you're good, brother. Thank you, Patrick. It's been, obviously, everyone kind of knows it's kind of a rough, week or whatever, and actually just a rough couple months on my end here since I've been back here in Oregon. Initially brought me back here to Oregon was Jen, because her took a turn, and so I was literally in New Jersey, and got a call, and so drove pretty much as quickly as I could from New Jersey, making a couple stops along the way, and got back to Oregon right before, what was that, Halloween and stuff, and got the and her mom and everything and stuff, and luckily at that time when I got back in Oregon, she was struggling a little bit, but she got a little bit better, as far as better as a, you know, that's a hard word to use, but so anyway, I got back here in Oregon, and then was with her for the weekend and stuff. Like I said, this is before um, Halloween, and then unfortunately, the day I was leaving, to come back where I'm at here, which is my property on my lake and stuff with my family. As I left Jen's place, I get a phone call that my brother died. And so that just kind of threw everything in a complete tailspin since I've been back. And just everything when you're dealing with a family member passing away, the grief and with everybody, and just taking care of properties and relationships and that end really kind of took its toll on me and stuff. And everything. It was lucky because me and Jen are very good friends, and so she was really nice to be able to talk to you about some of this stuff. Because whenever me and Jen would talk, I didn't bring up what she's going through. I tried to keep her mind off it and just kind of talk to her like I would a really good friend, because that's what she was. So it was really nice to. She was always interested in everything. So anyway, dealing with my brother passing away was rough, and still is rough. It's not a. There still has to be taken care of. But then last week, when Jen got really sick again, and I'll just kind of fill you in exactly my timeline of, events. I know I've got so many messages sent my way, and I appreciate everyone for reaching out and just, all the kind words and stuff, because you guys all know that me and her are really, really close. And as she was with many people, I wasn't the only one. She had a huge list of just wonderful people in there. So I got to witness that firsthand. So, but anyway, we were talking on the phone Wednesday night, the night before Thanksgiving, and I was talking to her. I was like, "Oh, hey, what are you doing for Thanksgiving?" And oh, she goes, "I'm just gonna be at my place and stuff." And I was like, "Okay." I go, "I know you don't get started till later in the day, as far as when her window was open for hanging out or visitors or something like that. And my family eats extremely early in the morning, and or like 11 o'clock for Thanksgiving." And she knew this because we've talked about it in the past. I said, and I asked her, "Hey, do you want me to bring you over some leftovers?" And she's like, "Yeah, that would be great." She said, "I love it, ham and turkey and scalloped potatoes and all that stuff. Like, oh yeah, I can bring all that stuff over for you. And so we were really looking forward to just kind of spending her and I having leftovers together on Thanksgiving evening. And so that was the plan. So anyway, I was talking to her Wednesday night about some stuff and some other stuff as well. And then Thursday, Thanksgiving, I get a message first thing in the morning that um, Jen had a really bad morning, and they took her to the ICU, and she was in the ICU as of that day on Thanksgiving Day, and with problems breathing, an infection, just a list of things, you know, kind of all related she's going through. And so we didn't get to have our Thanksgiving. Um, and her mom found out, and her mom came back into town, and and so everyone kind of played a little bit and stuff with Jen and stuff, and she had to have a breathing tube down her throat, which is just awful. She hated it, you know, and just everything. And so I was able to break away the day before she passed and go and see her, and in the ICU, and they only let a couple visitors at a time at that. And so I was able to sit with her for a couple hours and just talk to her. And she was in and out of consciousness, but she knew I was there. And she squeezed my hand and gave me a thumbs up and everything. And you know, and it was just, I sang her a song. I don't think that, uh, but just kind of talked to her about stuff, you know, and you know, she was really, you know, I mean, you could tell how much she was hurt and pain. And just from the last time I had seen her a couple weeks earlier in person, to then you know, there was quite the change. And so I talked to the doctors a little bit, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna try to take the breathing tube out tomorrow and stuff. I was like, okay, you know. And they're like, oh, you're you know, things are looking a little bit better. And but the breathing tube and everything, I mean, I was weird. Me and Jen have uh, had a very unique relationship as far as how we could joke and stuff, you know. So I told her she looked like the Borg from Star Trek, and she kind of smiled and stuff, you know. I kind of looked like the people from Dune, because she was watching Dune at the hospital. They had Dune planned, well, the first part of Dune, so she was watching that. You know, and on her board it said things she likes. It says Marvel movies, Dune, and Star Trek, and that's what the message on her board was at the hospital there. And all the people at the hospital were really kind to her and stuff, and she's an easy person to be kind to. And I want to give Sarah and Brian, who are two of her really close friends, and a lot of you guys don't know who they are. They do the Marvel by the Month podcast, and him and a few others, and they've all been so wonderful and present for Jen this entire time, which is just fantastic. And Brian kept me updated quite a bit, and you know, we you know, work together to kind of help fundraiser and stuff like that and get the word out. So to Brian and you guys, I can't thank you enough for being there for her. So anyway, I was there for a few hours, and I came back here where I'm at, which is about an hour away. And the next morning, they took her breathing tube out, and oh yeah, you know, we'll give that a shot. And Brian, like I said, he kept me up to date and everything. And things didn't go well when they took the tube out. It was very clear that she was having trouble breathing and stuff, and so they were going to insert the breathing tube. Jen made a conscious decision that that's not the direction she wanted to go, and she was alert and aware and kind of understood, you know, what that decision might result in. Not saying that that was the guarantee, you know, but she made that decision to kind of not have that put back, because it was really difficult, you know, just horrible, you know. And so they didn't do it. They let her make her own decision, and a few hours later, surrounded by her friends and family, and I was actually on my way to go up there the next day. I had some prior engagements, I couldn't make it, but I had just been there the day before. So, um, and Jen passed away that night, and with her friends and family that were there, and also Jen's mother, Robin. Love you so much. It just amazing. And I'm so sorry for your loss. I really am. So I got the call, or Brian let me know late that night what had happened, and I kind of, I know that was the direction it was going. It wasn't like it was, you know. I remember when Brian told me what her decision was. I go, I think I know what that means, and stuff. He's like, yeah. And so anyway, Jen passed away that later that night, and we only told a couple people, really close friends of ours, about what had happened. We kind of wanted to wait, and said that we want to wait until we kind of release something before we let everyone know. So there was only a couple close people around the Portland area that kind of knew, and then the close friends I let know what was going on. But it was definitely a rough day, rough few days. It's still rough. I had to dip into some alcohol the other night just to kind of, you know, relax a little bit, I guess. So anyway, so she fought so much for the last year plus, and she really was an amazing person. All the time we got to spend together, just talking on the phone or in person. We legitimately loved each other, and she like a little sister, and I think I was like a big brother to her. And that's the way I looked at her, and it's just like just when you got a little sister, all you want to do is protect them, and take care of them, and that's kind of how I felt. And then she's like, "Hey, if I have a brother, all I want to do is make sure that you know that watch out for him and stuff." And that's kind of how she was. So I would sit there, and I've been in a couple romantic relationships that didn't quite go the way I wanted to, and she kind of helped me through that stuff and everything. So that was really nice to be able to talk to her and in a way that that was have someone like that in my life that was comfortable to talk about stuff like that too, and she was that person. And so not having that person right now is really difficult, because I definitely have to talk to her about. um, but I know how much she meant to a lot of people, and I want to say thank you to everyone who reached out to her and helped her on her GoFundMe for her medical expenses and everything. And it's just all the GoFundMe stuff, and then a lot of people just donated their time and efforts and monies directly to her outside of the Go thing, so she never had to worry about bills and stuff like that. I mean, she's still kind of worried about it, but she knew that she was going to be okay. She knew that the community of the comic book community and just her friends in general were going to be there. So she was never, she never felt as though she was alone or nothing like that, which is great. She's, like I said, an easy person to really fall for. Um, but I don't know what the services are going to be happening and stuff. I haven't really talked to Robin that much. I sent her a couple text messages, but I'm pretty sure she's pretty broken up right now, so I'm not trying to push the issue. When she's ready, she'll reach out to me and stuff and talk to me and everything. But I've been here for about a couple months here in Oregon. This is my home state. This is where I come when I'm not traveling. But I'm ready to go. I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to. It's been a rough couple months with that, and then with my father, It's a whole another misery, is how I put it, that I've been going through. And so I'm ready to leave. I'm ready to hit the road again. So I'm trying to put some things together, put some finances together, to hit the road, because I haven't really worked in the last 2.5 months as far as doing YouTube stuff, So I haven't been charging my sponsors nothing, because just other things have been going on. So I'm really, hopefully by next weekend is the plan, and head south, get out of this shitty ass weather, and you know, take a breath, you know. And Jen always loved hearing about my travel, so she'll still hear them. So I talked to her. Um, so, but anyway, I just kind of wanted to jump on here and come to Kentucky. I don't know if I'm going that far, man. But I appreciate it. If I come to Kentucky, I will fly there. I don't think I'm driving anymore past Texas. But if I come that direction, I'll definitely fly or take a train, because just driving is just expensive, and a lot of time, and difficult sometimes going that direction. So, but anyway, Jen was awesome. There's tons of videos of her on her own channel, Commerce Will Break Your Heart, and others. There's a bunch of videos of her on my channel. When we should substitute the for Bob for the coffee and comics. I think I should probably make a little playlist of the ones that she did with me. I think she did 3 or 4, and we did some other stuff as well. And one really cool thing, and I want to give a special shout out to my friend Alex, who helped me put this together. Jen got into wrestling over this last year. Obviously, she was you know, bedridden, I guess you'd say would be the word. So she didn't really have the opportunity to go out too much, So she kind of found professional wrestling over the last year, and really loved it. And actually got to go to a couple events and stuff, which is great. And that's one thing I think all of us told her. It's like, hey, we know you're struggling, but you still gotta live, So if you get the opportunity to go to a concert or go to a thing or whatnot, let us know, or your friends know, and we'll see if we can't make it happen. And so she did. So she got to go to the concert she wanted to go to. She got to go to the wrestling and stuff like that. So anyway, she really, I'm a big wrestling fan. So this was important to me. Her birthday was earlier last month, and so she had wanted a wrestling birthday, and that's what she did, a wrestling theme. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to go to her birthday because it was like a couple days before I got that vertigo thing, and I couldn't drive or nothing like that. But I saw her very shortly after that, and I saw her right before that. So anyway, her favorite wrestler was Mick Foley, or Mankind. And that's who she kind of, it's like, oh yeah, that's my favorite, by far. So she liked, and if any of you guys know who Mick Foley or Mankind is, been a wrestler for a long, long time. He doesn't wrestle anymore. He's a Hall of Famer, really famous, best-selling book, all this stuff. Really, really neat guy. And so I was like, you know what? I think I can make something happen for Jen and her favorite wrestler. So I reached out to some contacts that I have and some favors, and kind of put the word out there. Hey, if anyone knows anyone in connection with wrestling and stuff like that, and Derek kind of knows what I'm talking about. So I was lucky. My friend Alex had some connections, and so it was kind of like leapfrogging to this. And we got a hold of Mick Foley, and told Mick Foley about the situation with Jen. And so Mick Foley called, or made a video message for Jen, and called her and sent it to her and stuff like that. And she didn't know it was happening, so she gets this message from Mick Foley, and he's like, hey Jen, I know you're a big fan, and I know you're really right now. I just want to say thank you for everything. And just really nice. It's quick, but he did it out of the kindness of his heart. and they took the time to do it and to recognize Jen and stuff like that, and and so Jen gets this message from Mick Foley, and she sent a text. She's like, and it's all capitals. She's like, "Did you just get Mick Foley to call me?" And I'm like, I just texted her back, and I said, "Happy birthday, Jen. I love you." And there's nothing we can't do if we mind to it, and and I wanted her to hear that and stuff. So she, I have that. She sent me that message they sent her and stuff like that. So I have it. So it's kind of cute and stuff like that. And really, that was she didn't want anything for her birthday. She just wanted people. So it was nice to be able to give her something like that and a memory she could have a new one. Because she deserved it. So thank you to Mick Foley for taking the time. Thank you to my friend Alex for helping put this together, and all the other people that were involved behind the scene to kind of make this happen. And so yeah, it was kind of a nice thing. It's kind of nice to see her light up, for that little moment and stuff like that, and to kind of be able to give her a moment that, anyway. All right, so I'm gonna let you guys go. Thank you for listening to me. Like I said, I'm gonna be hitting the road hopefully next weekend is the plan, and heading south towards Arizona and New Mexico. I really want to see my grandson. That will definitely kind of make me feel a little bit better about the stuff that's been going on here, and get out in that desert a little bit and get my tan back. Can't take it. But I seriously thanks everyone for all your support, and you guys are great, and I appreciate it. And I'm trying to stay, positive, but it gets a little difficult sometimes. Um, and the last few weeks have been rougher than expected. So, but we are gonna be okay. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys, and one here down, grandkids are gonna. Yeah, they are. Yeah, just one grandkid right now. So maybe another one on the way. You never. So anyway, guys, thank you so much, everyone. Appreciate you guys, and yeah, I should. I don't know if I'm doing the auction coming week, but I'll try to put the preview video out there. I'm sorry I haven't been around at my last couple months and stuff like that, and then hopefully when I get it back on the road, I can put some more attention to some stuff. It'd be nice because it does get my mind off of things. So, all right, everyone, appreciate you guys, love you, and don't forget to live your best life. Bye.